guys, today we are here with a new video on the chapter Accounting for Joint Venture. Actually, I have solved about 2 questions on this chapter, but now I am going to solve the question number 5 on this chapter. That is, A and B entered into a joint venture to construct a building. The contract price was rupees 2 lakh. The profit of the joint venture were to be shared by them in the ratio of 3:2. Following were the expenses incurred by them towards the same. जो नीचे दिए गए हैं ये सारे ये एक्सपेंसेस हैं जो कि जो पार्टनर्स हैं उन्होंने इनकर किए हैं. जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस है दैट इज़ 2 लाख रुपीज़ एंड देन द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस वॉज ड्यूली रिसीव्ड बाय ए. द प्लांट वॉज टेकन बैक बाय बी सब्जेक्ट टू द 50% डेप्रिसिएशन. हियर it is talking about the plant that is mentioned here. The plant was of B of amount 20,000 but it is depreciated by 50%. Write up joint venture account and B's account in the books of A. So हमें एंट्रीज सिर्फ किसकी बुक्स में बनानी है, ए की बुक्स में. तो ए की बुक्स में हमें जॉइंट वेंचर अकाउंट बनाना है और इसके साथ साथ बी का अकाउंट बनाना है. तो अभी हम अपना क्वेश्चन शुरू करने जा रहे हैं. वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विद द जॉइंट वेंचर अकाउंट इन द बुक्स ऑफ ए. सो व्हाट इज़ द फर्स्ट एंट्री? ए एंड बी एंटर्ड इनटू अ जॉइंट वेंचर टू कंस्ट्रक्ट अ बिल्डिंग. उन्होंने एक बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्ट करनी है, ये उनका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस 2 लाख रुपीज़ है. तो ये जो 2 लाख रुपीज़ हैं ये यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस वॉज ड्यूली रिसीव्ड बाय ए. सो द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस ऑफ रुपीज़ 2 लाख इज़ रिसीव्ड बाय ए. सो वी आर गोइंग टू मैंशन इट ऑन द credit side of joint venture account in the books of A by bank account, that is rupees 2 lakh. So he is receiving this amount of contract amount, that is rupees 2 lakh, and this we are going to mention on the credit side of joint venture account in the books of A because A is receiving. So we are not mentioning the name of partner because we are mentioning it in the books of A and A himself is receiving the amount. So next thing is the profit of joint venture were to be shared by them in the ratio 3:2. At the end, the profit which we are going to receive, we will share it in the ratio 3:2 between the partners, that is A and B. Now we are going to mention the expenses on the debit side of the joint venture account. All the expenses we need to mention on the debit side of the joint venture account as I have mentioned here. So the expenses are iron materials, wages, cement, architect's fees, plant and sundry materials. तो मैंने यहाँ पे क्या किया है, जिस भी पार्टनर के अकाउंट में हम बना रहे हैं, जिसके बुक्स में हम बना रहे हैं, हम उसका नाम मेंशन नहीं करते, हम सीधा एक्सपेंसेस के नेम मेंशन करते हैं. बट जो दूसरा पार्टनर है जिसकी बुक्स में हम नहीं बना रहे हैं, उस पार्टनर का अगर कोई भी एक्सपेंस है वो हम मेंशन तो करते हैं जॉइंट वेंचर में, बट इसमें हम क्या करते हैं उसके नेम के साथ मेंशन करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई हैव मैंशन 2 एक्सपेंसेस अकाउंट बिकॉज वी आर मैंशनिंग ऑल द एक्सपेंसेस इन द बुक्स ऑफ ए. सो आई एम नॉट मैंशनिंग द नेम ऑफ ए, आई एम गिविंग द नेम ऑफ द एक्सपेंसेस itself. That is iron materials of 40,000 rupees, wages 30,000 rupees, cement 19,000, architect's fees 5,000. As you can see that I have not mentioned like in the books of A or A's account. I have mentioned 2 expenses account. इसे हम ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं 2 expenses account और इसे हम individual entries भी डाल सकते हैं. For example, to iron materials account, to wages account, to cement accounts, to architect's fees account, and we can also mention it in this way also. So now comes the expenses of B. In joint venture account in the books of A, we are going to explain or mention the expenses of B also, but with the name of B himself. So the expenses are iron materials, wages, cement, architect's fees is not mentioned, so plant and sundry materials. Iron material at 21,000, wages 17,000, cement 11,000, plant that is 10,000. As you can see that in the question the amount of plant is mentioned as 20,000 rupees, but we have to mention only the expenses on the debit side of the joint venture. But the plant's amount is 20,000, but here it is mentioned the plant was taken back by B subject to 50% depreciation. 50% depreciation means the expenses are of only 50% and the remaining amount will be given back to the B. So 50% of 20,000 rupees, 10,000, that is the expenses during the consignment. The plant's amount, so we have mentioned here, is 10,000 rupees. Now the profit that we have received after deducting all the expenses from this amount is 40,000 rupees. So 40,000 rupees को हम किस में करेंगे, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देंगे ए और बी में. As we are mentioning the profit in the books of A, so we are not going to mention the name of A here. We are going to mention the name of B because we are not doing this in the books of B. We are doing this in the books of A, so we are not going to mention the name of A but the name of B. So for the A's profit, we are going to do here is to profit and loss account rupees 24,000, and we are going to mention the name of B, that is to B's account 16,000. I have distributed the profit of 40,000 in the ratio 3:2 between the A and B, that is 24,000 and 16,000. अब जॉइंट वेंचर में क्या होता है कि जॉइंट वेंचर में जैसे कि हमें क्वेश्चन में बताया हुआ है कि हमें जॉइंट वेंचर अकाउंट बनाना है और बी का अकाउंट बनाना है इन द बुक्स ऑफ ए. सो हमने जॉइंट वेंचर अकाउंट बना लिया है ऊपर ऑलरेडी. अब हमने क्या करना है कि बी का अकाउंट बनाना है ए की बुक्स में. सो जितने भी एक्सपेंसेस हैं जो हमने जॉइंट वेंचर के डेबिट साइड पे लिखे हैं, बी के जितने भी एक्सपेंसेस हैं जो हमने डेबिट साइड पे लिखे हैं, वी आर गोइंग टू शिफ्ट ऑल द एक्सपेंसेस ऑन द credit side of B's account in the books of A, that is by joint venture account. अब हम यहाँ पे expenses नहीं लिखना because we are transferring all the expenses from the joint venture account, so we are going to mention the name of by joint venture account and now mention all the expenses that we have done upwards, that is iron materials, wages, cement, architects fees, plant, sundry materials, and profit that is distributed in the ratio 3:2 and B's share was 16,000, so the total is 82,000, and whatever the amount here is the balancing figure, and mention to bank account, the balancing figure is 82,000. So it was the question number 5 of the accounting for joint venture, and I'm going to solve the next question also in our next video. Thank you.